All right, good morning. Terry here, and it is Thursday. Hopefully, everybody is doing really well today. So, I wanted to jump on here real quick and do a live stream. And this is episode number 2 of Ask an Entrepreneur. How to stay motivated. So, every single day there is an opportunity to get and stay motivated. And in this video right here, I am going to share with you my top tips on how to get motivated, how to stay motivated, how to develop a daily routine of motivation. All right, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. This is Ask an Entrepreneur, but first, if you are new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe and tap that bell icon to get notified of my latest videos. All right? I'm still trying to play around with the settings on this thing. So anyway, I picked the wrong one. Still trying to get used to the settings of this thing here, but anyway, welcome to the show. My name is Terry Thompson. I am an author. I am a motivational speaker. I am an entrepreneur with over 24 years of knowledge and experience of basically building websites, creating online streams of income, helping others create their version of personal and professional success. And in today's episode, I want to share with you my top tips on how to get and how to stay motivated. All right, so let's dive right on in. If you're, once again, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon to get notified of my latest videos. If you're in the chat, please let me know that you are here. Please say something in the chat and let me know. That way I can give a quick shout out. I love it whenever people stop by and watch my shows, watch my episodes, watch the things that I'm sharing on a daily basis. So please give me a shout out within the chat. I'll make sure that I give you a shout out back, and share the stream out. Give me a thumbs up. Get some people over here. Let's have a good time, because I got a lot of good stuff planned for today, and we need to do a raid. We need to get some people over here and listen to this motivation for the day, because what I'm about ready to share with you will not only help you win the morning, but it will help you win the day. All right. So with good quality, solid morning routines, you can win the morning, you can win the day, you can be successful, but you have to have that motivation mindset, that take action mindset every single day if you want to achieve a high degree of success. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And the first one that I want to share with you on how to get motivated or how to stay motivated is hunt the good stuff. All right. So I'm a master resiliency trainer. I'm a certified master resiliency trainer. What that basically means is that I can help people bounce back. I can help people build resiliency. I can help people get to the bottom of things, those underlying issues within their life, and help you overcome them and help you solve those problems. Okay, that's in a nutshell what a master resiliency trainer is. And within that course, we had this thing called Hunt the Good Stuff. Every single day when we came into class, we had this little drill that we used to do called Hunt the Good Stuff, in which everybody would share some good things that happened to them within the last, 12 hours or so since we left the class the day before. And it was always focused on the positive. Hunt the good stuff. Every single day there is an opportunity to discover and find good stuff that's out there. Even though there's a lot of negativity that's going on out there within the world, there is an opportunity every single day to hunt the good stuff. But it's a choice. You must make a choice in order to hunt the good stuff. Okay? And that takes a mindset, and that takes an effort in order to hunt the good stuff. So let me pause for just a second. So ask your questions in the chat. If you have any questions, please ask your questions in the chat. Let me know. Let me know who's here, and I'll give you a quick shout out. So I'm trying to get a couple of different things going here. Once again, thanks for joining me. But hunt the good stuff. Hunt the good stuff. All right. So we used to do this thing called Hunt the Good Stuff every single day, and I absolutely loved it. It was awesome. Some people shared things that was good for them. Here's something good that happened to me. I woke up early. I saw a bird flying by, or a butterfly, or some clouds, or a sunset. Hunt the good stuff. I called home, and somebody shared something really good at home, and I thought that it was good. So once again, every single day you should be trying to hunt the good stuff. There's even a hashtag for it. It's hashtag HTGS. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's other people using that hashtag for other various things, but I know that there is a hashtag HTGS for hunt the good stuff that's out there as well too. Okay, so moving right along, here's the next one. Wake up early. Okay, a lot of people want to just sleep in every single day. You sleep in to like 8, 9, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, wake up early. The thing is that if you got things that need to be done, you're not going to get those things done just laying down in your bed. All right. There was actually a study a while back on like how long the average person sleeps and then how much the average person needs to sleep. And Chading, hey, how's everything going? So I want to send a quick shout out to Chading. Thank you for joining me here today. I love your live streams, absolutely full of energy and full of love, full of support and everything. And I want to send a great big shout out to Chading here for joining me here. Once again, if you have any questions and you want to ask your questions, please let me know within the chat what are your questions, and I will do my best to answer them. I've got a list of things here that I'm going to share and we're going to talk about, but I'd like to get a lot of people over here. So if we can get a bunch of people over here, I would love to talk to as many people as I possibly can. I got a really good message for everyone today that I want to share with everybody, but I really need to get a lot of people over here, so I would greatly appreciate that as well too. Not too many people are used to me going live, so it's it's really, I've never really had that many people over watching, so that I would greatly appreciate that. All right, so once again, if you got a question, ask it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. So wake up early, that's a big thing. There was a study a while back about how much sleep you actually need, how much sleep people get, and then you get people that talk about, how much sleep they get, and it's like some people pride themselves on, oh, I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, I get up at 8, I get up at 9. Everybody is different, okay? Not everybody needs 10 hours of sleep or 8 hours of sleep. Some people need only 4 hours of sleep, okay? But wake up early. The majority of, I want to say it's like a third of your life you spend sleeping, and some people even longer. Some people actually spend more than a third of their life sleeping, okay? So one way to get motivated is to wake up early. Get up early and then start taking immediate action. Okay, start taking immediate action. If you want to get motivated, you want to start taking immediate action. Now, what are some things that you can do to take immediate action? Here's some things that I like to do. Now, I have a book. If you look to the right of my screen right here, you'll see that I have a free book available called Morning Routines. In that book, I share my morning routines that help me be successful and that have helped me accomplish a lot of great things over time. Okay, and I want to give that book to you absolutely for free. Okay, so head over to my website, terrythompson.me, sign in or sign up, and you will get immediate access to my ebook, my morning routines. And I have an audio book on the way as well too. So whenever you join and you sign up and get that ebook, as soon as the audio book is available, I will reach out and I will send you the link to download that for free as well too. Okay, but terrythompson.me is my website where you can get my free book, my morning routines. All right, so wake up early and start taking immediate action. Okay, immediate action. Here's the key things that I do first thing in the morning that really kind of helps me get the day started, and that's wake up, I smile, show gratitude, and I'm thankful for yet another day. I say thank you for another day. Okay, when you wake up and you smile, all right, that automatically gets me in a good mood. So whenever you smile, does that get you in a good mood? All right, so I want to send a shout out here to 4Ks We Love Rain. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the like, and thank you for the comment. Once again, if you have any comments, please ask them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer any questions. And but I do have quite a bit of content that I want to go through here. So welcome to the live stream. Welcome, Margie Andaya. Thank you for joining me here today. Welcome to the to my live stream here. All right. So, oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Chading is sending some people over here. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me here today. All right. So smile, show gratitude, and be thankful for another day. Okay. And then the first few things that I do in the morning after I smile, show gratitude, and I'm thankful, and I give thanks for another day to do the things that I do. I make my bed, go in, and I basically wash my face with really cold water, and then I brush my teeth. Now, here's an interesting thing. So Jim Quick shared a great tip on how to get your brain going first thing in the morning, and that's to brush your teeth with the opposite hand, because you got to think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that really is an intentional action that gets you to thinking, okay? And it really kind of jumpstarts your brain and gets you going first thing within the morning, okay? So shout out real quick to Chading. Thank you for joining me here today. Shout out to Margie Andaya. Thank you for joining me here today as well too. All right, so I want to add some moderator status to a couple of people here. Thank you for joining me here on my live stream today. And please, share this out. Let's get some people over here. I got a bunch of things I want to share with everybody today. I look forward to talking to you. If you have any questions, please leave them within the chat. All right. The next thing that I started doing is I have a daily priority to focus on. My bottom line up front, or what I like to call my BLUF, B-L-U-F, my bottom line up front. So I created the bottom line up front planning method. And in the bottom line up front planning method, I basically ask myself one question every single day. And that one question is my bottom line up front for the day. That's the one thing that I'm going to focus on that day, that if I do not accomplish that one thing, my day is not a success. Now, every day I want to be successful. Every day I want to be motivated. Every single day I want to accomplish and I want to achieve things towards my goals. I really don't want to use goals because I really like habits. I like establishing better habits instead of having better goals. Because here's the thing, we all really don't need more goals or we need better habits is what we need, because if I had better habits, I wouldn't really need more goals. And that's one of the things that I discovered a while back, is that I always want to make sure that I have better habits instead of wishing for more goals or trying to establish more goals. And I'll tell you why that's important. The reason why that's important is because here's the thing. Goals have not happened yet. Okay, it's like a wish. Hasn't happened yet. Whereas habits are something that you've already established, okay, and they're already a normal part of your everyday life. Okay, so Chading, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely no problem at all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting some people over as well too. All right. And, and I want to make sure that I establish better habits, because better habits is something that I've already worked on. Better habits is something that I've already created. Better habits is something that I've already established as a part of my normal part of my life. So that way, when I get up, my habits kick in, not necessarily my goals. So shout out real quick to Margie Andaya. Shout out to Chading. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely no worries at all for the moderator status. No problem for the blue. I just, my way of thanking you for showing up, and all I ask for is engagement. That's all that I ask for. I want people to engage with me because I have a huge message that I want to get out to as many people as I can. And that's one way that I can is by you sharing and by you helping me out as well too. Okay. And once again, if you want a copy of my free book, head on over to my website. The link is over there to the right of the screen there, terrythompson.me. You sign up, get my free book, Morning Routines. And for everybody that signs up on this live stream right here, and you get my book, Morning Routines, I will send you a free copy of the audiobook when that's available as well too. Okay? When the audiobook is available, I will reach out to you and I will send you the audiobook. Absolutely for free. No charge at all. All right, so have a daily priority to focus on. So every day I've got this one thing that I want to focus on. Okay? And so Margie and I asked the question, where am I from? I actually spent my entire life traveling. I'm currently in the United States, but I have spent my entire life traveling. I grew up in a traveling family, and I've been all over the United States. I've been all over Europe. I've got a few places that I haven't been. And I got a few places that I want to go to, but I've been to South America. I've been all over Europe and all over the United States. Okay, but currently I live near the Washington, D.C. area, and I've been here for about 3 years now, so I'm in the United States at the moment. Okay, so my bottom line up front every single day is that one thing that I must focus on, that one thing that I need to get done every single day, and then I have things that I can focus on, like, okay, my bottom line up front is to do this one thing. Now what I need to do is I need to make sure that I create supporting tasks in which to get that thing done. It's not like a to-do list, okay, but it's supporting tasks or resources that I need in order to get that bottom line up front. So here's the thing. A lot of times people tend to focus on so many different things that they spread themselves too thin that they can't focus on one thing, okay, long enough to accomplish that one thing. And that's the reason why I created the bottom line upfront planning method. So that way it narrows my focus down to that one thing. So that way I can focus on that one thing and create supporting tasks around that one thing so that I can accomplish that one thing. So hopefully that clarifies that. So I want to send a shout out here to Crazy Boss Girl. Crazy Boss Girl, thank you for joining me here today. I just want to send a big shout out to Crazy Boss Girl. Hello, how you doing? If you have any questions, please let me know within the chat if you got any questions. And I look forward to answering your questions, look forward to chatting with you, and ask me anything. Right? I'm really focused more on motivation, inspiration type stuff for today, because my focus for today on today's episode is motivation, how to stay motivated. Okay? All right, so moving right along. Connect with your why. When you understand why you do what you do, everything else will fall into place. Okay, so what is your why? Why do you get up every day? Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you say the things that you say? Why do you hang around the people that you hang around? Once you can connect, that's kind of a tongue twister there. Once you can connect your actions that you do every single day to your why, it will be a whole lot easier to do the things that you do every single day because you're more focused. You have your focus narrowed down to that why. Here's why I do what I do. Okay, and everybody has a different why. Okay, so I want to send another shout out here to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Thank you for joining me here today. Good morning. Hope everything is going well your way. All right, so why? Once you connect your actions to your why you do things the way that you do, you will discover that it becomes a lot easier to do the things that you do every single day. Because what is your reason? Like I said, everybody has different reasons on why they do things. I'll tell you why I do things the way that I do. One, because I want to serve others. I want to motivate and inspire others, and it makes me feel great when I see other people succeed. There's nothing quite like being a mentor, being a leader, sharing your knowledge and experience with other people and see them take action on it, and then see them succeed with the things that you have showed them is possible. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing. Most people don't realize that it's possible. And when you realize, because they immediately think that it's impossible, but when you flip that, when you twist that and say, I'm possible instead of impossible, okay, you will discover that that you are possible to do the things that you do. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why I do what I do. I love to see people succeed. I want to see people succeed. And when I see people taking action on the things that I have taught them, there's no greater feeling than to see that come back. Okay, right now, kids, I'm staying at home. I'm teleworking. I'm spending a lot more time with my kids because they're not at school. And, for me, that's something new. I haven't really had the opportunity to do that. And my family is a huge why for me, why I do the things that I do. So now that I get to spend a lot more time with my kids, I'm able to coach, teach, train, mentor, educate them in a way that I've never gotten to do before. And I absolutely love it. I enjoy it. Now, I've been out of school for over 30 years. Okay, so some of the things that they're doing, I don't understand. But once again, that's a part of the learning process. I learn with them, and we learn together, and then I flip it and have them teach me. So then they know it, they can teach it. And I think that's such a great way, because then I'm teaching my kids leadership. I'm teaching my kids communication skills. I'm teaching my kids teaching skills. Okay? What I do is I lead them down the path. They accomplish it. They succeed. I congratulate them on their success. Okay? And I also let them teach me to build more skills themselves as well too. Okay? And that's kind of one way that I flip that. And that's a huge why for me. All right? So seeing others succeed, family, those are probably the two biggest reasons why I do the things that I do. All right, so moving right along. What you focus on gets results, whether positive or negative. And I hope that you focus on the positive. Okay? There's a lot of things that's going on around us right now. A lot of things are going around right now. And a lot of people are focusing on that negative part of that. Okay? I don't focus on it at all. I'm aware that there's things going on. I understand what's going on, and I'm aware of everything that's going on. But you know what? I'm driven. I'm focused on the things that I'm doing. So I'm not paying attention to everything that's going on because I'm more focused on what it is that I'm doing. Okay? So remember, what you focus on gets results, whether positive or negative. Okay? Focus on the positive. Okay? All right. Next. Create a visual board and put in the work to achieve your hopes, your dreams, your goals, and your habits. All right. So I love visual boards, okay, because it helps keep me focused on the things that I want to achieve. And a visual board could be anything. You could create a visual board of words. You can create a visual board of images. You can create, a visual board of just about anything that you want to achieve. And keep that readily available and in sight and in view, so that way you can focus on those things. So let's say, for example, if your hope or dream or your goal is to travel, then create a visual board of places that you would like to travel to, and then work towards accomplishing that. Okay? That's like a gentle daily reminder of here's the things that I want to accomplish. Here's the things that I want to achieve. Here's the things that I want to do. And then work towards that. Okay? All right, next. Make a list of what you want to achieve and why. Like I said, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier about once you tie things down to your why, you will discover a whole new level of importance of why you do things. Because a lot of people, look, at the end of the day, every single day, it's easy to just get up and do stuff. I can get up every single day and I can just do stuff. Okay? But if I don't have that thing tied to a why, then I don't have a reason for doing those types of things. I'll just procrastinate the day away. I'll forget to do the things that I want to do. But the thing is that you have to make a list of what you want to achieve and why. What this kind of ties into is a concept that Dean Graziosi came up with called 7 layers deep. So what you're doing here, here's the concept. You're basically going to write down what it is that you want to do, and then you want to ask yourself why 7 times. So I want to do this. Why do you want to do this? Because of this. And then what you do is you ask yourself 6 more times after that, why is this important? So the first one is why, and then after that it's why is this important, all the way until you answer that 7 times. So 7 Layers Deep by Dean Graziosi is a great concept that helps you make a list of what you want to achieve and why. Okay, so let me kind of pause here, give a shout out real quick. Just want to give a quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. So I just reminded you that you need to work on your vision or your visual board. Well, I'm glad that I could remind you of that. Thank you. Like I said, that's something that's very important to have on a daily basis. For me, more important than a visual board for me is my bottom line up front planning method. So I write down what my bottom line up front is for the day, and then the things that I need to do in order to accomplish that bottom line up front. So visual board, I look at a lot of images, and and I have different ways in which I keep track of that right there, because I want to travel as well too. I want to accomplish great things like other successful entrepreneurs. So I keep images of other entrepreneurs available as well too. Constantly following what they're doing on social media, looking at images of what they're doing, seeing places that they're at, everything. And once again, it's a matter of just it's just a matter of keeping those in front of you. All right, so back to what I was talking about here, about make a list of what you want to achieve and why. Ask yourself why 7 times. All right, moving along. Break down larger tasks into smaller chunks to avoid overwhelming yourself. So I'll tell you a quick story. Let me take a drink of water here real quick before I go into the story. All right, so I'll share a quick story here with you about breaking things down into smaller tasks, okay, or smaller chunks to avoid overwhelming yourself. Okay. So Onyx and Gall, all right, you may or may not know who Onyx and Gall is, but Onyx and Gall is a multimillionaire entrepreneur. He lives about an hour away from me, up on the other side of Washington, D.C., on the Maryland side. And he is a multimillionaire. He's got a couple of websites, learn.com, LURN.com, and onyxandgall.com. So Onyx and Gall is who I got this story from, and it was an absolutely funny story when I heard it. So I've actually met Onyx and Gall, got a picture taken with him, been to a couple of his events, and I actually got to come up on stage and speak at one of his events for about 5 minutes. He gave me the stage for 5 minutes and said, "Here you go, the audience is yours. Tell them about your business, what you do, who you are, and this, that, and the other." And I thought that was a great opportunity to be able to do. All right, and during that particular event right there, he told this story about how to eat an elephant. And I'm just sitting here, when he started off that conversation, I'm like, whoa, wait a second, man, how to eat an elephant? Yeah, so one bite at a time is basically the point of that story. So he had an opportunity in which he met one of his mentors, okay, and it wasn't a very great meeting because it was at a hotel lobby, and this guy was drunk, and he went up and tried to introduce himself, and it was a very uncomfortable conversation, this, that, and the other. And and he was trying to get some information, trying to ask some questions, and this, that, and the other. And as this guy started to walk away, he kind of stumbled off, and he turned around and looked at Anik, and he goes, "Hey kid, how do you eat an elephant?" And he looked at him, and Onyx and Galt was kind of confused. And, his mentor said, one bite at a time, kid, one bite at a time. And that's how you eat an elephant. That's also how you accomplish tasks, is one chunk at a time. One thing at a time. Break things down into smaller chunks, and it will not seem as overwhelming. Okay, because if you look at a task in its entirety as a bigger task, it will completely overwhelm you. It's like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get all of this done? Well, if you do that, yes, you will overwhelm yourself. But when you look at the task, you write the task down, kind of like my bottom line up front planning method. Task. And then start from completion to start. It's reverse, the other way around. Some people like to go start to finish. I don't. I like to work my way backwards. It's like backwards planning. Okay? I say, here's my bigger task. Here's what it takes to complete it, all the way down to starting the task. Because once you work your way down to starting the task, guess what? That's when you begin. You start accomplishing that task one bite at a time. One chunk at a time, all the way to completion, and then you can check that thing off that you have accomplished that. Okay, so that's how you accomplish bigger things, by breaking them down into smaller chunks to avoid overwhelming yourself. Okay, so quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. I'm loving this morning's message. Me and my sister were just talking about this yesterday. I just shared the link with her, so hopefully she will be here soon. I hope so too. Thank you very much for sharing the stream out. I want to get as many people in here as I possibly can. I have a lot of messages that I really want to share with everybody today, but the only way that I can do that is to get more people over here. That's really the only way that I can do that. Okay, so just a quick pause here. If you put your attention to the right of the screen, you'll see that I have a free book available for everybody here. If you head over to my website, terrythompson.me, I will give you immediate and instant access to my book, Morning Routines. All that I ask you to do is sign up. You will get immediate access to my book, Morning Routines. I have the audiobook coming soon, and once the audiobook is ready, I will reach out to everybody that signed up to get that book right there, and you will also get the audiobook for free absolutely as well too. All right, so I look forward to seeing you there. I look forward to engaging with everybody on my website, because that's really my home. That's where I really want to engage with people more at, is on my website, through my email list. I promise not to spam everybody. I don't send out 1,000 emails. I send out only emails when it's absolutely necessary. And it's usually updates or content that I want to share. But I want to give you my free book, Morning Routines, and I also want to give you my free audiobook, Leadership Solved. Okay, so I have my book, Leadership Solved, as well too, right here. This was my very first book that I wrote, Leadership Solved. And on my website, I have the audiobook absolutely for free. So you can go over to my website, terrythompson.me. You can get Morning Routines for free, the ebook and the audiobook when it's available. And you can get Leadership Solved, the audiobook, absolutely for free. Okay? All right, so once again, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. Please make sure that you subscribe and share this out so we can get as many people over here as we absolutely possibly can. All right, so I want to give a quick shout out once again to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Margie Andaya, thank you for joining. Nicole, thank you for joining me here today. Hope that you're doing very well. Thank you, Nicole. Good morning. Hopefully everybody's doing well. All right. Now here's the thing. Once you break down those larger tasks into smaller, chunks, and you accomplish them, the first thing that you want to do whenever you accomplish something is reward yourself. Reward yourself when you accomplish something. That's one great way to stay motivated, is to reward yourself. So many times. So answer me this right here. Who here has ever worked with somebody that you've just done work for? You've done work for you. They've continued to ask things for you, but they never thanked you for it. They never rewarded you for it. They never brought attention to you for accomplishing the things that you do. It's almost kind of like you're in a thankless job or position, just doing thankless tasks every single day, and you feel underappreciated. Okay? Who has ever felt underappreciated at work? You've done a lot of things and you feel like you're just being taken for granted. You feel like you're just being used. I know I felt that way before in the past as well too, and it absolutely sucks. Okay? But here's one thing that you can do. When you accomplish something, reward yourself for the accomplishment. And it doesn't really have to be that big of an award or a reward. You know, if ice cream is your thing, take yourself out and go get some ice cream if you accomplish something. If your thing is shopping, go shopping. Go get something or go do something. Reward yourself. Take the afternoon off. Read a book. Go for a run if you think that those are rewards. Okay? And, you know, so for me, a big reward for me is to go get like a dessert or something. So like an ice cream, that's a reward for me. Chocolate. You know, that that is a reward. Okay? So something, shopping. Some people like shopping. I'll go out and I'll buy myself. It's like, oh man, I'm so glad I accomplished that. That's over. It's done. Let me go buy something. Right? So quick shout out here for the Entrepreneur Drive. Do your kids count? Yeah. So yes, I have also felt that way at work. I tried to go above and beyond, and oftentimes it is not acknowledged, not a single thank you, but I have good work ethic. Okay. Yeah, you know, unfortunately that does happen. And, you know, and I've done a lot of great work and I've done, you know, and I've got absolutely no thanks for it whatsoever. At the end of the day, I know what my worth is. And when you know what your worth is, that's all that matters. Okay? Because here's the thing. There is other people that will not value you the same way that you value you. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Other people will not value you the same way you value you. So the thing is that you have to put more value on yourself and the things that you do. Okay? And then serve others. Because at the end of the day, I've found myself in situations to where, trust me, I'm extremely much more valuable than that other person or that leader. Okay? And I've worked for some leaders that I know that I'm stronger than. I've worked for some people that I'm better than, that I have more knowledge and experience and skills in. But at the end of the day, I respect their position, but I make sure that I'm bringing the value. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many things you accomplish. You can accomplish 1,000 things. And that one time that you screw up, it gets put into the highlight. Have you ever had that happen? I've had that happen. I was like, my goodness, like you just didn't recognize the 100 good things I did this week, but the one bad thing that I did or I forgot to do, you want to bring that to everybody's attention. That really sucks too. Okay? So Nicole says, yes, definitely reward myself with a nice ice cream knowing that I've accomplished with. That's absolutely great. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream, by the way? If you don't mind me asking. I know what mine is. I like chocolate or coffee. I love coffee flavored ice cream. Okay. So what's your favorite ice cream? Let me know in the chat what's your favorite flavor of ice cream. Okay. All right, so make sure you reward yourself when you accomplish something. All right, moving right along. One great way that you can get motivated, okay, and create that motivation mindset, that knowledge mindset, that learning mindset is to read. Read something motivational every single day, at least for 30 minutes, and take notes. See, here's the thing. I can't just read to read. I can't do it. I read nonfiction, self-help, motivational, professional development, business books. I just can't do it. I can't get myself to read a story. I can't read fiction. Okay, if you look behind me here, you see that I have a lot of books that are self-help, professional development, business, entrepreneur type books. Okay, I'm always on the lookout for more knowledge, more experience, all right? Something that I can grow my mind, expand my mind, stay motivated, stay focused, and to generate ideas. Okay, because here's the thing, reading books generate ideas. They generate ideas. All right. So I've read most of the books behind here. I got a few that I still need to catch up on, but here's the thing. I'm looking for specific things within the books that I'm reading. I'm taking notes, writing them down, and then I am developing my own content. I'm developing my own thoughts, my own stuff around that. Okay? And you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to take notes from the things that you read and then put those things into action. All right? So, want to give a quick shout out here once again to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Thank you for joining me here today. Anything Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's ice cream is really good. I absolutely love Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I also like going to Baskin Robbins as well too. So we have a Baskin Robbins down the road, and that's really the local place that I get ice cream. But I tell you what, I love a good gelato. There's a place about 40 minutes away to an hour away that I really, really like going to. And there's a gelato shop over there. And I also like bubble tea and rolled ice cream. So who here likes bubble tea or Thai tea? Bubble tea is absolutely awesome. I love bubble tea. I will drink taro, T-A-R-O, taro. I think I said that right. Taro root bubble tea with like coconut bubbles or like a tapioca bubble or something like that. And I also like the taro rolled ice cream. So I go down the shop here to this bubble tea shop down the road here, and I will get taro rolled ice cream. It's absolutely awesome. My daughter, she'll get the strawberry one, strawberry rolled ice cream, and my son will get the cookies and cream rolled ice cream. Okay, so another quick shout out here. Nicole likes vanilla chocolate twist or Oreo. Yes, Oreo. Oreo cookie ice cream is absolutely amazing. All right, also want to give a quick shout out to 4Ks We Love Rain, still here. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Margie Andaya says, interesting. Okay, I got a few more interesting things coming up, so stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff to share here today. So I got some more really good ideas, and I may spark your interest onto a couple of things here. So you got to stay to the end. And just another quick pause. Hopefully you'll head over to my website there, terrythompson.me, and grab my free book, Morning Routines. Once again, everybody that gets my book today, Morning Routines, when the audiobook is ready, I will also send you a free copy of the audiobook as well too. I also have Leadership Solve, the audiobook. If you head on over, you can grab that as well too. But sending the shout outs to, once again, Margie Andaya, 40 Entrepreneur Drive, Nicole, 4Ks We Love Rain, and I know Chading is sending some people over here, so thank you once again, Chading, for sending everybody over here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. So, yeah, bubble tea. Bubble tea is absolutely amazing. It is delicious. There's about 3 or 4 bubble tea shops in the area that where I live at, and I always get the same flavor every time that I go over there. Taro. It's got to be taro with the coconut or tapioca bubbles. All right, so my favorite bubble tea is the green jasmine. I've also had it with the jellies. Oh, jellies are delicious. Yes, jellies are delicious, but they're not as good as the taro bubbles. So we don't have the taro bubbles here. If there's taro bubbles out anywhere, they definitely don't have them here. But I would love to try those. I would absolutely love to try the taro bubbles. I've never tried those. So, yeah, I have to look for that one. All right, so once again, reward yourself when you accomplish something. All right, so let me take a short pause here, grab some water. Read something motivational and take notes. I already started kind of touching on that one right there. But the latest book that I read here was the one that you see here called Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. That's the one that I just recently read. And if you haven't read Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael, I highly recommend that one right there. And Your One Word also by Evan Carmichael right there next to it. So that's the latest book that I've read. My current book, I'm reading a book called Copywriting Secrets by Jim Edwards. And so I'm learning some copywriting type stuff. But Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. I also have a video on my channel, Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. So if you haven't seen my video, Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael, go over and watch that one as well too. I highly recommend it. Basically, it's my review of that book right there. Absolutely amazing book. So if you want a good read and something to read, I highly recommend getting you a copy of Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael, because here at the end of the day, we are all built to serve. Okay, we're all built to serve. And when you read that book, I guarantee that you will discover some things in that book that will lead you to taking action, lead you to serving others. You will discover a lot of things about yourself after reading that book right there. Highly recommended. Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. All right, which leads me to my next point. Learn a new skill or a hobby. Learn a new skill or a hobby. So I have a few hobbies that I enjoy. One of the hobbies that I truly enjoy is music. Okay. I'm also a musician. I've been playing music for over 30 years, and I'm self-taught. Okay. I can read and write music. I also took some courses on music as well too, but that was just to learn how to read and write music. Okay, but the majority of what it is that I do, I'm basically self-taught when it comes to music, because at the end of the day, music really comes down to a couple of different things. One, it comes down to the theory of it, which is how to make chords, why they work, how to create them. And then the next thing beyond that is rhythm. So when you tie those two together, that's how music is made. I can sit here and take 3 chords and probably write about 1,000 songs in an hour, you know what I'm saying, using just 3 simple chords. But I'm also a musician, so learn a new skill, learn a hobby. I also have another YouTube channel that is geared around my music that I'm just now starting to kind of build up. I'm starting to add content to. I took a long break from playing music, and I'm starting to pick it back up here again because I truly enjoy playing music. So I can play anything that makes a sound. I play the guitar, bass, drums, piano, you name it, I can play it. Okay, because like I said, I do understand the theory behind it. I've taken a class. I'm rhythmically talented, and I can play any type of a musical instrument. So learn a new skill or a hobby. And it could be anything: woodworking, leatherworking, music, painting, writing books. So that's a skill or a hobby within itself. So I've written several books. And so Margie Andaya, thank you for joining me here. I know it's late in some places, people that are joining me, but I want to say thank you. Margie Andaya, thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for stopping by, taking time out of your day to listen to things that I had to say. And I hope that you will catch up to me again. Okay, so learn a new skill or learn a new hobby. All right, you will discover a few things about yourself whenever you try to learn a new hobby. Painting, drawing, writing books is a hobby. Well, it's not really a hobby for me. For me, it's a profession. So I actually write books, and and I have them available on Amazon. I have them available on my website as well too. I got them available in a couple of other places, to include iBooks, iTunes. I have an audio book out there on Audible. So writing books is a hobby that's very valuable as well too. And you can make a little bit of side money with books if you get them out there. All right, so we have a question here in the chat by 40 Entrepreneur Drive. You can play bass. Creative collab I'm thinking about. Yeah, I can play bass. Bass is one of the easier things to play because it's less notes. It's less strings to worry about. I'm not a fantastic bass player, but I know how to play bass. I really am more of a bass writer. So inside the software, I can basically write in the notes and tap out the rhythms and then adjust as necessary there. So I'm better at doing that than physically playing the bass. But yes, I do have a bass guitar over here to the right. I can play the bass. I prefer to write everything out on my software, though, as opposed to physically playing bass, because I got some really good plugins on my software here to where I can play really great bass lines doing that. Okay, so learn a new skill or learn a new hobby. All right, the next one. Here's a really good one right here. If you want to stay motivated, here's a really good way to stay motivated. But it's also kind of a downer as well, too. It just depends on the interaction that you get. And that's send out morning text messages to friends or family. I do that every single day. Every single day, every single morning, I send out text messages to about 20 or 25 people. And sometimes I get a text back. Sometimes I get emojis or GIFs or images or something back. Sometimes I get nothing back. I understand people are busy, but you know what? Every single day I will send out a morning text message, and it usually starts a conversation with somebody that's positive. And usually that's the one that I choose to engage with. Okay, and I usually got about 3 people that I have very good morning conversations with every single morning in text messages. So one great way is to send out morning text messages to friends or family. You never know, you could start up a conversation or strike a conversation with somebody. Okay, so once again, if you have any questions, ask your questions in the chat. Let me know who's here so that way I can give a shout out, and look forward to engaging with you. All right, so moving right along. Here's a fun one. All right, if you want to get motivated, take a walk, go for a run, go on a bike ride, do some yoga, meditate, or some type of an exercise. All right, I'll tell you a fun one that I do all the time. So I have a Peloton bike, and I absolutely love riding my Peloton bike. I love it. I also have a treadmill. I like walking on my treadmill. I can't run anymore because I have some injuries. My knees and feet and other things don't work that right anymore these days. But I do get out and I go for a walk when I can, but I really enjoy riding my Peloton bike. I also have a trampoline, or what's called a rebounder. Okay, so I'll get on my rebounder, and I recorded a really funny TikTok video the other day of me jumping up and down on my rebounder, or on my trampoline, and it was funny. I had a lot of comments on that one. So quick shout out, 101 Food Travel. Thank you for joining me here today, 101 Food Travel. Want to send a huge shout out to 101 Food Travel. Thank you for joining me here today. It's been a long time, man. I hope everything's been going well your way. No, I stopped by your live stream yesterday for a minute or two. So I hope everything's going well. It seemed like everything was going well. All right, so take a walk, go for a run, ride a bike, do some yoga, meditate, or some type of exercise. Even jumping up and down on a trampoline is good exercise. Okay, here's one that I really enjoy, and that's listening to music. Listening to music can be motivating depending on what type of music that you listen to. All right, now I really enjoy listening to lots of different types of music, okay? But it depends on what it is that I'm actually focused on. Will kind of determine what type of music that I'm listening to, what it is that I want to do. So here's the thing. If I'm riding on my Peloton bike, I want something that's got like a nice techno 4 on the floor, driving type of a beat that gets me in rhythm to where I can pedal to the beat of the song. So it's got to be a fast techno type of a rhythm. Okay, so when I'm on my Peloton bike, I look for that. If I'm working, I don't want anything with lyrics in it. I want like some chill step, or I want some, relaxing type of a music. There's a few other kinds of music that's out, like study music. I like listening to study music if I'm working on something, and that helps keep me focused and helps keep me going within that as well too. All right, so we got a question in the chat by 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Question: I want to write a book during this stay-home time. What's the best format that you suggest? Minimum words? Should I do digital version only or print? And I want to self-publish. Yes, now is a great time to get started on writing a book. And here's what I recommend. I recommend starting off with an ebook. Okay, get the ebook first. Now there's 2 ways to approach this. You can put your ebook out there on Amazon, Smashwords. Amazon and Smashwords are the 2 biggest sites, or the 2 best sites that I recommend up front, and that will get your books out there on those platforms. If you have a website, you can also put the ebook as like a free giveaway, or you can do it this way. You can have a shorter book, a smaller book, or a chapter as a free giveaway. And then within that chapter book, have links to where your book is on Amazon or Smashwords or wherever it is that it's published, self-published, you can put the links to that inside the digital book, the PDF. Okay, so I've done that. Now, my morning routines book is actually the full book. It's a full book. I give you a full book absolutely for free. But I also have other books that are shorter versions of books that I give out for free that has links to my book on Amazon. And that's one way that I draw interest to the book. So I give you a free chapter. Hey, at the end of the book or the beginning or multiple places throughout, if you enjoy what you're reading, get the full version of the book, click here. Here's the Amazon link. That's also a great way to do affiliate. So if you're an Amazon affiliate, you can basically put your affiliate links in there and drive traffic back to that. That's one great way in which to get affiliate income as well too. All right, so yes, I highly recommend that you start whatever topics that you have, make it motivational, self-help, business-oriented, whatever the case may be. All right, yeah, exactly. It's like a teaser. It's a free chapter. Okay, and I've done that before as well too, and that helped me grow my list. That helped me build my list. So I'll put that out on a landing page, say, hey, get a free, whatever the case may be, and then once again add links to the full book later on, or have it as an upsell. So here's a free chapter. If you're interested in the full version, pay $1 or whatever the case and get the upsell. Here's, pay $5 and get the full ebook and the audiobook. Become a member of a website and you get access to all of my books. You can put these out onto a website as well too, in digital format on the website, to where basically you can have people join the website and they become a member, and then they get access to all of your content that is on your website. I've even seen that. I'll give you an example. Onyx Singal, he did that. Where the book was the website was the book. It was absolutely freaking awesome. I paid for the book. And before I even got the physical book in the mail, I had already read the book on the website. It was awesome. And on the website, it also had videos. It had supporting other documents that were not available within the actual book. So that's another great way in which you can do that. Write an ebook. Okay. You can put it onto a website, create videos, create an audiobook of you reading it. It's all about more content. Ebook, audiobook, video book. How many people are doing video books? That's you standing there or sitting there in front of your screen, right? With your book open like that, and you're reading from your book, okay? And then that's an additional angle in which you could do that. So when people join, like, hey, get access to the ebook, the audiobook, and the video book, buy here now, purchase here. And then they get over to your website, they pay, they sign up, they become a member of the site, and then they have access to whatever suits them. Because remember, different people learn differently. I'm going to say that again. Different people learn differently. And if you have an ebook, a physical book, an audio book, and a video book, you will literally have 4 ways in which to connect to that person in the way that they want to be connected with. So for me, I like to physically read a book. Okay? Sometimes I like listening to an audiobook. Sometimes I really just want to see the author as they're reading their book. Okay? And that's a great way in which to connect with someone. All right? All right, so in the chat here, I want to give a quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Thank you. Hopefully I answered your question, but KDP, yes, Kindle Direct Publishing. I don't think I answered that question, but KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, that's how you can publish your book and get it out there on Amazon. You can also put your book into a Word document and then export it as a PDF and put that on your website. Okay, that's how I did morning routines. I basically used Google Docs. I wrote the book and then I exported it as a PDF, and that's what's available. It's a PDF. Okay, I also have that book available on Amazon. I also have that book available on Smashwords. Okay, so once again, it's a matter of putting it in other places. So the thing you got to look out for Smashwords is the Smashwords don't like links in the book. So if you got links in the book, you're probably not going to get mass distribution. But if you don't have links in your book, Smashwords is a good way because they have mass distribution. They'll publish it on Smashwords, iBooks. There's probably about 5 or 6 different places that Smashwords publishes to, so that's mass distribution. Okay, so hopefully I answered your question. Kindle Direct Publishing is where I publish my books on Amazon. All right, so yeah, Scully's House of Thrillers. I want to interview him. I've reached out to him several times and asked to interview him, but we've yet to connect. I mean, we've interacted and we've engaged multiple times, but I want to interview him, and I've yet to interview him. I'll even do an interview with you as well too, because I do have an author website in which I basically I interview authors, I motivate and inspire authors, I teach authors how to be an author. So that website is authorteach.com. And that's a website in which basically, like I said, I teach authors how to be authors, or people that want to be an author, how to be an author, how to promote books, how to market books. I also do interviews and build web pages for authors there as well too. So authorteach.com is one of my other websites in which I basically teach, authorship. Okay. I've interviewed a few authors on the site, and I've got quite a few in the works here. I've got a couple of hundred authors that that I'll be interviewing here over time, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so moving right along. Hopefully, I answered your question. All right, so 101 Food Travel says listening to music is the one thing that I do when I feel sad and unmotivated. Yeah, it's a great way to pick yourself up. 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Music does influence the mood and motivation. I agree. Absolutely, it does. It can lift the spirits. Feel better thinking when I listen to music. Same here. It depends on the type of music now, here's the thing. Music can really kind of get to you. It can make you feel happy. It can make you feel sad. It can make you want to jump up and down and do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Their music really does a lot of different things. It really does. Okay? So, yeah, music is awesome. All right. So, 40 Entrepreneur Drive also says, I'm going to bookmark, save this live stream in my personal playlist. Go back later as a reference. I already shared it out on Facebook. Great stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're finding value in it. I'm glad that you're finding it helpful. Once again, if you got questions, please feel free to ask questions. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And I look forward to your book. If you're going to write a book and get it on out there, please let me know, because I can even share it and I can help you promote it as well too. I have four websites that are geared towards marketing for authors, promotion for authors. I've got thousands of members on one site. I've got a couple of hundred on another site, and I've got a couple of friends of mine who also have author websites as well too. Believe me, I'm tied into the author market. If you have a book and you want me to help you get it out there, I can help you get the book out there. Just let me know. All right, so 101 Food Travel says, just here in the background, trying to edit some videos. No worries. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. All right, so moving right along. Let me take a quick drink of water here. Moving right along. Okay, another great thing that you can do along with listening to music is to go for a scenic drive while listening to music. All right, so a lot of the trees are starting to come in. I love scenic drives, and I live up here in the Washington D.C. area, and we have a few mountainous regions, and we have a few areas where there's really cool trees, and I like to take those back roads. I'll take some back roads to some places, throw on some relaxing music, and just go for a scenic drive, especially when the sun comes up or when the sun's going down. That's the best time to do it. All right, but go for a scenic drive while listening to music. Here's a really good one. Here's something I want you to think about. And I'm going to kind of challenge you on this one right here. So let me ask you a question. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Think about it for a second. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Okay? It could be anything. When was the last time you played a game? When was the last time you, I don't know, went dancing? When was the last time you went to a drive-in movie theater, if there's any still around? I know that there's some around, but when was the last time you did something for the first time? Okay? You have to be able to reconnect with your younger self. So many people get wrapped around this back in the day business. Oh, well, back in the day, I used to cut a rug. I can tell you that. Well, great. You're not too old to not do it again. You can do it again. When was the last time you did something for the first time? If you and your spouse hasn't been dancing in a while, go dancing. If y'all haven't been out shopping together, go shopping together. If you haven't, I don't know, insert whatever it is that you haven't done in a long time here and go do that thing. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Okay? Go do that thing. All right, moving right along. Get organized or clean your area. You know, it's also been associated that your area, okay, also can stress you out or it can make you productive. Okay, I like a nice clean area. If you're one of those people that likes a dirty area or a cluttered area, well, then your mind is cluttered. Your thinking is cluttered. You look all around you and you're like, gosh, I see all these things to do. It's cluttered. It's stressful. Okay, so get organized, clean your area, make your environment a productive environment. When your environment leads to productivity, when your environment is a productive environment, a clean environment, a motivating environment, you will want to be there. You will want to do things. Okay, so make your environment worth being in. Clean it up. All right, here's another one. Change of scenery. I like this one right here because oftentimes we get stuck in the same place with the same mindset, doing the same things. And if you're one of those people that find yourself being stuck, you need a change of scenery. We all need a change of scenery. Like right now, I'll give you an example right now. A lot of people are in their homes, probably doing the same thing every single day. And they feel overwhelmed. They feel like they can't do nothing. Get a change of scenery. Right? Do your work in a different location every day to avoid what I like to call scenery burnout. Okay, if you've got a place in your home that you work at every single time, change it up a little bit. If you have a laptop, carry your laptop to your bedroom. Put your laptop up on your dresser and work standing up. Okay? If you got an island in your kitchen, go out to your kitchen. Put your laptop on that island and start working right there. Change your scenery. When you change your scenery, you change your environment, you can change your mindset. Okay? Here's another one. Stop multitasking. I can't multitask. I can't do two things at once. It's like trying to chew gum and walk at the same time, or chew gum and talk at the same time. Pat your head and pat your belly at the same time. I can't do it. Multitasking is something that I can't do. Focus on one thing at a time. Focus on the most important thing that you're doing at that time and do that one thing. Okay? Stop trying to multitask, because here's the thing. When you try to do too many things at once, you get nothing done. You will overwhelm yourself and you will spread yourself too thin. Stop trying to multitask. If you want to get motivated, get something done. But in order to get something done, you have to narrow it down to what's more important to get done and focus on that one thing and get it done. Once again, that's the reason why I created the bottom line up front planning method. It helps me focus on what my bottom line up front is. Here's my bottom line up front. Here's the supporting tasks in which to accomplish that bottom line up front. Okay? And at the end of the day, I analyze that. More on that later, because I got something that I want to talk about that one later on within my live stream here. But once again, stop multitasking. I like to do things in chunks so I don't break my focus. Okay? Remember earlier when I was talking about eating an elephant, breaking things down into chunks? You got to be able to break things down into smaller chunks so that way you can do things okay, and get things done. It's like here's a quote right here for you. Stay on target, or stay on task, stay on target, stay on target, stay on task. When you're on target and you're on task, or when you're on task, you're on target. Okay? Multitasking is a lie. So 40 Entrepreneur Drive says multitasking is a lie. I agree with you. Absolutely 100%. Multitasking is a lie. Look, I can do one thing with this hand over here, one thing with this hand over here, and I'm great at doing both. I guarantee you, no. If you are trying to do two things, you're really only 50-50. Figure out what the most important thing is, narrow it down to that, do 100% into that one thing. Because the thing is that if you are trying to do four things at once, you really are only giving 25% of yourself to those four things. Narrow it down to that one thing and give 100%. Most people are spread so thin that they can't give 100% to one thing. It's overwhelming. And then guess what happens? You spend the entire day or week or month complaining about, gosh, I didn't get that one thing done. Gosh, I've got so many other things that I've got to do, but this is important. Well, if it's important, then freaking do that one thing. You know what I'm saying? Quit trying to say, I've got all these things to do. Figure out what's important and do that one thing. Put 100% into that one thing. Stop spreading yourself too thin. Like I said, if you're trying to do two things, you're really only giving yourself 50% of each. Narrow it down to one, give 100% on that one thing, and then reward yourself when you accomplish it. Okay? So break things down into chunks so that you don't break your focus. Another great way to do that is to set a schedule of when you do specific tasks. For example, if Monday is a specific day in which you do something, figure out what that something is for Monday and do everything within that specific box on Monday. Like if Monday's video recording day, record videos on Monday. Break it down into chunks. I guarantee if you do it this way, I'm going to give you a great idea. Here's something, and here's a great example. John Maxwell has this thing called Minute with Maxwell. I love it. I watch it every single day. Okay. There's also Darren Daily. So Darren Hardy also does the exact same thing as well too. And it's pretty much just a short video. So Minute with Maxwell, let me focus on that first. Minute with Maxwell is just 1 or 2 minutes of John Maxwell talking about a word, one single word, and what that one word means to him in reference to like life or leadership. And that's it. It's 1 or 2 minutes of John Maxwell talking about a word, and it's called Minute with Maxwell. Here's how he does that. What he does is he does that in chunks. Let's say, for example, Monday's video recording day. He'll go in and for about 1 or 2 or 3 hours, he'll record videos that are 1 to 2 minutes long. Look how many videos you can actually record that are 1 to 2 minutes long in a 60-minute period of time. You could probably record 20 to 30. And if you do that for 3 hours, you could potentially record up to 50 or 60 videos, 1 to 2 minutes long. That's one day, 3 hours. You're done. Move to the next thing. So you see how breaking things down or setting a schedule to do something in a chunk can help you accomplish a lot of things? Think about it this way. If you have a message that you want to spread, a message that you want to share, break it down into smaller, more consumable chunks, 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes, because look at it this way. A lot of people have very short attention spans. They want to consume smaller, shorter, more direct content and then have a plan of action where they can go take immediate action after they've just consumed that content. Okay? Like I said, if you do that concept right there, let's say, for example, Monday is your video recording day. Take 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours and chunk it. Record 1 to 3 minute videos, and you can have 50 or 60 videos done in 3 hours. Try that out. See how that works for you. Now, here's how you can kind of caveat on that. After you've recorded those 50 or 60 videos, you've got them in a folder ready to go. You create those posts or those emails or whatever the case would be in which each one of those videos are going to go out. What you do is you create social media posts around those videos, around that message, around that bottom line up front point you're trying to make within that video, and create Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram kind of quick images, okay, and share those out. So that way you've got even more content. That's a content strategy that I just learned here recently. If you could literally create 3 or 4 months worth of content in 3 hours. Okay? Once again, once you narrow your focus on to the bottom line up front, or what's more important, you can accomplish something much bigger than you realize. You can literally create 3 or 4 months worth of content in 3 hours. Now, of course, there may be some editing there, and you got to create the images and the social media posts and this, that, and the other. I get that. But once again, if you take just one day, is one day worth of work, or one day of work worth 3 months or 4 months of content? Once you do that, that's it. Now you automate that. You get that out into your newsletters, into your social media, and this, that, and the other. And guess what? Every 4 months, you do a day's worth of work. It's that easy. Once you break it down into chunks, once you schedule specific times to do certain tasks, like Monday's this, Tuesday's that, Wednesday's that, whatever the case may be, that's how you can get ahead of a lot of those bigger tasks by breaking them down into smaller tasks. You can literally free up a lot more time than you imagine possible when you break those things down into chunks like that. Or you stay focused on a specific chunk. Let's say, for example, Wednesday, that's blog post writing day. Okay? If you're there and you're in the groove, and this is a point that I want to make, if you're in the groove, why break your groove? Why would I be writing blog posts and then jump over to videos, only to jump over to doing this, only to jump over to do that? It's like you're playing, hopscotch or, leapfrog with tasks. Don't do it. Focus on that thing on that day. Do that thing that day in chunks. Get more stuff done when you're on that task. Once again, on task, on target. If Wednesday's blog post day, sit there and just write all day. Do your keyword research, do your content research, figure out what is being looked for, what is being searched, what are people looking for, what do people want to connect with. Write that content, get those keywords in your content, and just write. Take about 2 or 3 hours and just write. You could probably write 10 blog posts in a couple of hours. Now you just did 10 days worth of work in a couple of hours. Now you can set that out, schedule those to be posted, okay? And then you can come back again probably around day, 6 or 7, and then write 10 more posts. Or every week, you're just writing 10 posts. Every Wednesday's blog post day, you're writing 10 posts. Okay? And then it just repeats itself. Next thing you know, you got 10 posts. Now you got 20. Now you got 30. Now you got 40. You will always be ahead and never find yourself scrambling when you chunk things into specific days. Once again, break it down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Break it down. Monday's this, Tuesday's that, and focus on that. Okay, enough of that. I think I kind of beat that horse into into the ground on that. Okay, so once again, I want to take a short pause to give some shout outs here. So if you're joining me here within the live stream, I see that it looks like I've got 4 people watching, but I can never really tell here. So if you're listening to me, please give me a shout out, and I'll give you a shout out back in my video here. Share this out. Let's get some people over. Give me a thumbs up. And, I got a few more messages here that I want to share with everybody. So let's get some people over here. All right. So quick shout out, 101 Food Travel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Thank you for your engagement, by the way. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for asking. Thank you for engaging back with me. I greatly appreciate it. So quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. All right, so 40 Entrepreneur Drive says, I've tried it, and I can attest. Okay, that was an earlier one. All right, so people don't always want a full meal. Sometimes they want to nibble on a snack. Absolutely. So the thing is that you got to break down your meals and your snacks. Okay, got to break down your meals and your snacks. Once again, different people consume differently. You got some people that are meat eaters and some people that are vegan and some people that just love to snack on things. When you break your stuff down into the types of meals that people like to eat, you will discover that they will eat what you put out. Now, I'm using food as an analogy here, but you get the point that I'm trying to make here. Different people learn differently. If people are, they're meat eaters or they want to eat a full meal, create that full meal for them. If people just like a snack, once again, you got people that will consume your short content, your smaller content. You got people that will consume your much larger content. Okay. I've discovered, once again, people have very short attention spans. So shorter content, in my opinion, is better. All right. That's why I try to create videos that are 10 minutes or less. My more constructed content. And I want to start putting out even shorter than that, these 1 to 2 minute videos here. So I got a thing I'm working on right now that is just like that Minute with Maxwell that I was talking about earlier. Once I get that ready, I'll have that available on my website to where people can join up, and it's going to be exclusive. The only people that are going to get to watch it are the people that have signed up to watch that content. Same concept as Minute with Maxwell. So once again, create your meals, your snacks, give people what they want. All right, so yes, I want to focus on making shorter videos because I spend a lot of time editing. Shorter videos usually mean less editing. So here's my take on that. I found myself getting overwhelmed with editing as well too. So what I did is that I did this here recently, so I didn't always have this done, but here recently I just created specific clips that I can use within my videos, like transitions, sounds, like ending things, like the ending. So I created these things and they're easy to put within Adobe Premiere. So that way all I'm doing is I'm creating the video, and then I'm cutting in specific parts where I want to do like little slides or transitions. I'll give you an example of one here real quick. So I got a quick stinger right here. If you watch this right here, bam, simple. I've got that pre-made, ready to go. So whenever I want to do a transition, I have that set up, and I can always go back to that as well too. So once again, that's just something that I pre-made that's ready to go. It's a push of a button away on my streaming software here. Within my videos, I have a template created, and all I do is I import the main video I'm working with, and then I splice it up, I cut it up, and that helps me edit my videos a lot easier. I have an ending screen. I have another screen to where basically it says subscribe and hit the bell. I have those pre-made. They're ready to go. I do not have to create those again. So once you create and you export those things that you can put in between your video where you cut and splice, I highly recommend doing that right there. Have that ready to go. It makes editing a lot easier. So hopefully that answered your question on that, or at least gave you an idea on what you can do. So have your scenes or have your transitions, have your intro, your outro pre-made. It's ready to go. All right. Yep, a stinger. Absolutely. All right, so moving right along. Find you an accountability partner to keep each other focused, motivated, and on track. You can even help each other. You can even help each other out. Remember, like that book that's right there, Built to Serve. We are built to serve, and when you help others, it gives you a sense of satisfaction that you were able to provide your knowledge, your experience to someone else. Okay, so find an accountability partner to keep each other focused. I have several accountability partners that help kind of keep me going, and I've got people that I help keep them going. Okay, and it doesn't take much. It doesn't really take much. The people that I provide purpose and motivation for, which is the basic definition of leadership. So here's the basic definition of leadership or mentorship. It is accomplishment of the mission through the efforts of others while providing purpose, motivation, and direction. Okay? That's kind of a book answer for what leadership is. All right? And in theory, what you're doing as a leader is you are providing purpose, motivation, and direction. You're being the example, knowing the example, and doing the example so that others can follow that example. Okay? Once again, it kind of ties all hand in hand together. That's leadership. That's mentorship, whatever label you want to put on it. Okay? And people will follow. They will follow that example. And what I talked about earlier about that whole texting thing, that's one of the things that I do. Every morning I'll text somebody at like 8 o'clock in the morning is usually when I start getting the text, because not everybody gets up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning like I do. So I usually wait until about 8 o'clock when everybody is awake. I'll shoot out my texts. I got a couple of people that I'm their mentor, and I will shoot out my morning stuff to them, see what they're doing, and I'll hold them accountable. At the end of the day, I will follow back up with them and say, hey, what are you doing? How are you doing? Did you get that thing done? Do you need help? So that's one thing. Find an accountability partner, keep each other focused. All right, next one. Don't give in to distractions, but take a break. What do I mean by that? There's distractions everywhere that we go. Everywhere that you turn around, there are distractions. TV, the news, social media, people, friends and family. They are all distractions if you're focused on trying to accomplish work. But here's the thing. Even though there's many distractions that are out there and I choose not to engage in all of those things, you need to take a break. So I take a break every now and again. And it's usually every hour on the hour, every couple of hours, I'll take a break. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll go see what my kids are doing. I'll jump up and down on my trampoline, walk around the house, go outside and walk around the yard or something along those lines. Take a short break and read something for 10 minutes. Take a short break and watch a motivational YouTube video for 10 minutes. Listen to a song. Do something. So don't give in to distractions, but take a break. You deserve it. Take a break. Okay, but don't engage in a lot of these distractions. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why. Have you ever seen a person that basically just sits there on their butt all day long with their phone in their hand, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Twitter, and engaging in negative content, negative conversation, and just general all-around negativity? Have you ever seen those types of people? I have. I have a few people that I know that does that all day, every day. And it's mind-numbing. I can't wrap my head around that. I get on social media with a purpose. I have a reason why I get on social media, and then I let it go. And it's not there to just sit there and do this all day long, looking for negativity. All day long, looking for what's new in the news. Looking all day long to see who's having a bad day. All day long, negative, 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 negative. Get rid of that crap. Don't give in to distractions. It's a distraction. If you're focused on what your bottom line up front is, if you're focused on what your why is, if you are focused on the things that you want to achieve on a daily basis, you will not give in to those types of distractions, but you will take a break. Okay? Like I said, when I get on social media, when I get on certain things like that, I do it with purpose. I do it with intention. You have to engage in intentional thinking, leading to intentional actions, leading to intentional results intentionally. If you intentionally get on social media, you intentionally want to waste your time. If you intentionally engage in negativity, you intentionally want to be in a bad mood or a bad mindset. Once again, what you focus on gets results, whether positive or negative. Don't give in to those distractions. Focus on what's important to you. Okay? So I want to give a quick shout out here to 40 Entrepreneur Drive once again. Yes, I know quite a few social media scrollers watching the world go by on their screens instead of being a part of the world. That's a great point. No matter where you are, there you are. But where are you? Okay? Now I did a pause for effect there. Where are you? Where are you at within this world? Are you on the couch scrolling through social media? Are you laying in bed scrolling through social media complaining about all the things that you have to do that day? Now I'm going to make a point here real quick. I don't have to do anything every single day. I don't. I really absolutely don't have to do much of anything. But I get to do a lot of things. Once you change your language, you will discover that it gives a whole new meaning to the things that you do every single day. When you turn have into get, and when you tie that into your why, and it leads to you must, you will literally put your mindset on a whole new level of taking appropriate action every single day to do the things that you do. Stop complaining about the things you have to do and be thankful for the things that you get to do. Discover what your why is, and that will lead you to why you must do something. Every single day I have things that I must do. I must do these things, and if I don't do these things, then I am not successful. I must do the things that I do every single day, or else I'm not driving new traffic to my business. I must do things every single day, or else I am not leading others to personal and professional success that have put their faith and trust in me to lead them to personal and professional success. That's being a leader. That's being a mentor. Okay? Take appropriate action. But be mindful that what is appropriate for me might not necessarily be appropriate for you. That's for you to discover. That's for you to decide what appropriate is. What is appropriate action? I don't know. For you. Here's an old quote that I always loved. There's no right or wrong. There's only right or wrong for you. And when you discover what is right or wrong for you, and you are taking appropriate action in order to either do or avoid, you will once again be on a different level. But that's for you to determine. That's for you to decide. That's for you to figure out. What is important within your life? What is your bottom line up front? What is your why? Why are you motivated every single day? Why is that important to you? Those are questions that you need to answer if you want to achieve any level of success. And once again, success is also a perspective. What is the definition of success for me is a different definition of success for you. I know people that want to be professional gamers. I know people that want to be professional slackers. I don't. So I don't focus on that. But for them, if they achieve a high degree of slackness, they've achieved success at slacking. Now, of course, I did that to kind of poke fun and to be funny about it. But once again, what is right or wrong for me is right or wrong for me. Okay? So I want to stop and do a quick shout out for Eden Uy. I hope I pronounced that right. So a quick shout out to Eden. I'll leave it at that. So how are you doing today? How's everything going your way? Everything going well? So once again, if you have a question, ask your question in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. Quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. If you're still with me, please drop me a comment within the chat. Let me know that you're here so I can give you a quick shout out. And if you can share the stream, give me a thumbs up. Let everybody know what we're talking about. Now we're talking about some motivating stuff, how to get motivated, how to stay motivated. I would love to get as many people over here as we can. We had a few people in here earlier. Everybody kind of drifted out and about and doing their thing. But, let's get some people in here. I got a few more things to talk about here. And then I'll have to leave for the day because I got some other things I need to get to. It's almost lunchtime here. But let me take a short pause here. Who has found what I've been talking about motivating today? Who here have I opened your mind to some new things? Who have I opened your mind to some new strategies? Have I opened your mind to some new tips, tools, and techniques that you can implement and that you can do on a daily basis? Okay, so 40 Entrepreneur Drive says here. All right, I'm glad that I could motivate and inspire you. I'm glad that I could provide you with some examples that you can take immediate action on. That really makes me feel good that I've given value. And that's really my goal here. I want to be able to provide value, give value, offer knowledge and some skills. It's up to you to have the experience. I can't have the experience for you. You have to have the experience. You know, there's people that basically say, share your experience. Well, I can share with you the experience that I've had, but experiences may vary. Results may vary. Okay? Remember, like I said, right or wrong for you, results may vary. All right? If you take action, you will get a result. If you don't take action, you will get a result. What you focus on gets results, whether positive or negative. Okay? All right, so moving right along, make the right choice. Choose success. Remember, anything and everything that you do within life is a choice. It's a choice. You choose to sit on the couch, or you choose to take action. You choose to eat that thing that you're not supposed to, or you choose not to. You choose to go get exercise, or you choose not to. You choose to write that book, or you choose not to. You choose to build that business, that website, send out that text to family and friends, or you choose not to. You choose to engage in negativity and social media, or you choose not to. Once again, make the right choice, and I hope that you choose success. When it comes down to achieving success, all right, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard this? Overnight success. Have you ever heard the word overnight success? I have. And although that we are in a day and age to where that's possible, you also got to look at it this way as well too. If you find somebody an overnight success, it took them years to become an overnight success. It took years of hard work, it took years of practice, it took years of honing their skills to become an overnight success. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that you are not aware of. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that you don't know about. Everybody has their different journey. Everybody also has their different struggles. Everybody also has their different things that they are focused on. Okay? What you focus on gets results, whether positive or negative. What's your journey? What will you focus on today that will lead to results? What will you focus on today that will lead to results for someone else? Okay? I'll share a quick story with you here. So years ago, when I was so if you don't know anything about me, you're new to who I am and a little bit of my background. I'm retired military. I was in the military for 24 years. I've got multiple deployments over to the Middle East. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait. So I was in the military for 24 years. Okay, and I retired about a year and a half ago. Okay, and then but I still work in and around the military a little bit. But what I do is I actually write courses that military instructors teach within their classes. Okay, that's my day job. I'm a training developer, so I develop training that instructors or teachers teach within their classrooms. So I work hand in hand and directly with those instructors to write their courses so that way they can teach them in the classroom. Okay, and that's what I do during the day. All right, but the thing is that I've always been able to serve others. And everybody does things differently. And I had to realize that. It took me a little bit to kind of understand that everybody does things differently. What works for me doesn't really work for somebody else. But I always wanted to make sure that everybody was a success based off of their capability, based off of their ability. Okay? And everybody does have ability. You just got to dig into it and find out what it is. And then bring that to the forefront and give them an opportunity to shine. Okay, I'll give you an example with this. If somebody's not an artist, and yet you want them to draw something, do you think that they're going to do it very well? No, they're not. So that's the reason why you don't task that person to draw something if they can't draw. You give that to the person who can draw. A lot of times when people fail, it's because leadership has failed to recognize what the talents are of their people. How many times have you seen that? Well, I don't care how you get it done. You just better figure out how it's going to get done and get it done. Have you ever heard that? It's absolutely ridiculous. But if you would have tasked the person properly, okay, the right task with the right person, it would have gotten done properly. All right. So Florida Entrepreneur Drive says, thank you for your service. Influence your discipline. Do you think that your military service influenced your discipline, or is it just the entrepreneurial mindset that you had or have? So a combination of both. All right, a combination of both. So my military experience did lead to a lot of the discipline that I have. It also led to a lot of the knowledge and experience that I have as a leader, as a mentor, as a coach, as a trainer, as a teacher. Okay, bringing out the best in others, because when I found myself as a senior military leader, I had to bring out the best in everybody that I was leading. I had to give them opportunities, okay, give them opportunities, the right opportunities with the right person, let them shine, let them accomplish what needs to be done, and then reward them, or publicly let everybody know that they did a good job. So once again, there's a balance there. So military service did lead to a lot of the discipline. Now, the entrepreneurial side of me absolutely did take that to a different level, because remember, you are in charge of your own education. Okay, I've been out of school for over 30 years. I went to college 30 years ago. I've been out of school for a long time. All right. And yes, I do have a business degree. I also am working towards things like certification, like Lean Six Sigma, agile development, and this, that, and the other, agile management. So, I mean, I do have a lot of that business background as well, too. All right. But I've also been in charge of my own learning. I've invested in my own training. I've invested in my own learning. There's lots of ways that you can learn from people. There's online courses everywhere. And I've learned from that. I've learned from books. And more importantly, I've learned by taking action, failing fast, and figure out what is right, what's wrong. Now, I got a point that I want to make here very shortly here about that. So I'm going to kind of hold off on that, because I got a point that I want to make on what I just said right there. Okay. But yeah, it's a combination of both. Military service got the discipline in me, the entrepreneurial and the action taking, and the mentorship and the leadership. And the entrepreneurial side really kind of opened my eyes up to I'm more possible than I think. There's other opportunities that are out there, because military, I had opportunities, but it's really leading a career of service. So I was more focused on what it was that I was doing during that time frame, to where even though there was other opportunities, my time in service was limited, because there's a lot of things I had to focus on. I find myself with more time now that I'm retired to do other things and to take on other ventures, but I built a business while I was in the military. It's absolutely 100% possible. I published my first book back in 2013. Okay, my first book got published back in 2013 while I was still in the military. I built my first website 20 years ago. Okay, and I've been building websites for other people during that time frame. So I have several clients that I manage. I build their websites for them. I create content for them. I create graphics and audio and all kinds of different. So I got lots of different things that I do. Okay, so I've been able to build that while being in the military full time. Even while being deployed, I was able to do things like take college type classes, and to build businesses and do things. There's always time. You have to make time. Remember, what you focus on gets results. If you don't have time, which I strongly disagree, and I believe that you do, make the time. What you focus on gets results. Make the time. If something is important to you, then do it. Quit making excuses. Quit complaining. And just do the stuff. Okay? That's what it boils down to. But a lot of people make excuses. I don't have time. Yeah, you do. You got the same 24 hours as the next person does. They're just more focused on what it is that's important to them. Some of these great achievers really narrow their focus down to 3 things. These are the 3 things that I'm focused on. And if nothing is within the realm or, the circle of those three things, then I filter it. I get rid of it. That's how you stay focused. You figure out what your 1 to 3 most important things that you are trying to accomplish and keep things within those 1 to 3 things. Filter everything else because it's not important. I'm not saying forget about it. Write it down. Take notes. Come back to it later when it becomes a priority. If it becomes a priority. But you should always be focused on that 1 to 3 things that's most important to you and filter everything else. That's how you get things done. Okay? All right, so I got a couple more here, and then I gotta close up because I gotta go get lunch here for my kids. It's lunchtime, so I need to kind of wrap this up here. But I want to send a shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive once again for staying with me. If you're still with me, please let me know in the chat you're still here, you're still listening. That way I know who's with me here. If you got questions, please drop me a question here. But I got a couple more that I want to talk about, and then I have to leave for the day. Okay. So affirmations. Affirmations. I strongly 100% love affirmations. I agree with affirmations. Every single day, I tell myself I can, I will, I must. When you believe, you can achieve. Now you have to figure out what's the affirmation that works for you. Okay? My affirmation that I say every single day, I look myself in the mirror and I say I can, I will, and I must. Whatever I may do for that day. Okay? Remember, I talked about my bottom line up front planning method. What is my bluff or what is my bottom line up front for the day? And that's exactly what I can, I will, and I must do. That bottom line up front. And then I gear all of my actions towards that. I get all of my resources towards that. And then at the end of the day, and this is the last thing I want to leave you with right here, I analyze every day what I was supposed to do, what I did do, what went well, what needs improvement, and what is the bottom line up front for tomorrow. All right, so before I get into that, I want to take a short pause here and say shout out to Ann Pandapit. I hope I said that right. Hello, Ann. Thank you for joining me here today. Watching from Oman. Wow, great to see you. Thank you for joining me here. I'm wrapping up here, so I'm down to the last thing that I wanted to talk about today. But I want to thank you for taking time out of your day and joining me here. All right, so quick shout out to Ann Pandapit. Quick shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive. And if you're here, please leave me a comment in the chat. That way I can give you a shout out here within this video as well. I hope that everybody's had an opportunity to network with each other. I didn't really mention anything about that, but if you get an opportunity to check other people out, make sure you go over there and do that. Check them out, network with everybody, and connect with people. That's what it's all about: building your network and building your connections. I love this great quote: "Your network is your net worth," and I strongly believe that. But make sure that you're building your network, the right way. If you want people within your life, within your network, then get them in there. Take appropriate action. All right. So let me break down this last bit right here, and it's analyze every day what you were supposed to do. What did you do? What went well? What needs improvement? And what is the bottom line up front for tomorrow? All right. So number one. And that's what I like to call an after-action review. So I do that every single day. I sit down every single day at the end of the day and I review my sheet. So I got a one sheet of paper that is my bottom line up front planning method that helps me focus on what my bottom line up front is. And at the end of the day, I sit down and I analyze my day. What was I supposed to do? Well, I was supposed to do my bottom line up front. Did I accomplish that? Yes or no? Yes, I did. No, I did not. This is what I need to work on. This is what needed improvement. This is what I missed out on. This is, what I need to kind of table for later. Once again. So 101 Food Travel is still here. Trying to finish some videos. No worries. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening in the background. All right. So what was I supposed to do? That one thing, that bottom line up front. What did you do? So did you get sidetracked? Did a distraction take over? Did an emergency occur or happen? If in fact that your bottom line up front did not get accomplished, and it happens, believe me, I've had days where I've gotten a phone call and my bottom line up front got completely screwed. And I was unable to focus on that because it was an emergency. Okay? Give you an example. The other day I was in the middle of trying to do things and I got a phone call. My wife's vehicle had broken down. Okay? And I went to go pick her up and bring her back home. It wasn't planned, but it completely distracted and wrecked the rest of my day. Okay? So I didn't get my bottom line up front done. All right, so once again, what did you do? You want to make sure that you at least mark down something that you did do. If you didn't get your bottom line up front done, what did you do? Okay, well, I didn't get my bottom line up front done because, well, something else either took priority, something else happened, I shifted my thinking and my actions. What did you do? Write that down. Okay, now you always want to make sure that you analyze what went well and what needs improvement. So what went well? Here's the 3 things that went well today. Today, I accomplished this. I read for 10 minutes. I was able to connect with someone in a more meaningful way. I accomplished this task and I rewarded myself with ice cream. Whatever, what went well? Make sure you identify and clearly write down what went well. Here's important, what needs improvement? Because let's say, for example, something didn't go that well. Well, why did it not go well? Were you lacking resources? You just didn't do it the right way. You should have approached it from a different angle, a different perspective, different actions. What needs improvement? And how can you improve that? And how can you take that and do it better next time? So often people don't analyze what it is that they're doing, what they're not doing, what went well, what didn't go well. That's how you improve. By analyzing what it is that you do and how you can improve upon that. Once again, small improvements over time leads to ultimate success. All right? You always want to be improving, and that's why analysis is very important. That's why writing these things down is very important. That's why taking those notes is very important. Okay? You have to be able to do that. All right? So, and then focus on what the bottom line up front for tomorrow is. So I always like to write down what my bottom line up front is for the next day, and then the action items or resources that I need in order to accomplish that the night before. That way, I'm not trying to rush in the morning and I'm trying to get all this done. And I'm trying to figure out, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? Gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do today. If you find yourself in that situation, guess what? You're not going to know what to do that day, and you're going to procrastinate, and you're going to do things like surf freaking Facebook and social media and watch TV and sit on the couch and sit in your bed, and you're going to procrastinate the entire day away. But if you do your bottom line up front the day before, and your action items and your resources and all that the day before, you will wake up in the morning ready to smile, ready to show gratitude, ready to take action, and ready to accomplish the most important thing that you must get done that day, or what I like to call the bottom line up front, every single day, and it just repeats itself. It just repeats itself every single day. Okay? All right, so who's still here with me? Let me know if you got some value out of the training that I gave for you today on how to stay motivated. Every single day is an opportunity to get motivated. Every single day is an opportunity to stay motivated, but you must take appropriate action. You must focus on what the bottom line up front is every single day. Remember, you have in you everything that you need in order to be successful. I 100% believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself first. Okay? So often, people don't believe in themselves. Nothing is impossible when you're possible. So start saying something is impossible and start believing that I'm possible. And when you can do that, you will achieve success. Stay motivated. Stay focused, stay driven, get down to what your why is, and let that drive you every single day on the things that you do. Let that drive you on the things that you say. If you watched any one of my previous videos, you will learn that what you say is also important. What you don't say is also important. So I recommend going back through one of my playlists, especially my motivation and inspiration playlist. If you go back and listen to my motivation and my inspiration playlist, you will discover some really good things within there that I am teaching on a daily basis. Okay? You will be motivated. You will be inspired. You will be equipped with the tips, tools, techniques, and resources to go out there every single day and be successful. But only if you take appropriate action. All right, so who got value today? Let me know. Who got value? Who did I motivate today? Who did I inspire today? Who's ready to go out there and take action right now? I hope it's you. All right, so if you got value out of this, let me know. Please share this out. Please leave comments. Please come back to this video and leave some comments. Watch my playlist, Motivation and Inspiration. All right, and head on over to my website. So one last plug for my website. Head on over to my website, terrythompson.me. There I have 2 opportunities for you to get something free. Okay, I have an ebook and I have an audiobook for free. When you go over to my website, terrythompson.me, you'll get my book, Morning Routines, and my audiobook, Leadership Solved, absolutely for free. All that I ask you to do is sign up, and you can get access, immediate access to both of those books. Okay? All I ask you to do is sign up, and you'll get immediate access to those. Now, here's the cool thing. When you sign up today to get my free book, Morning Routines, I'm currently in the process of recording the audiobook. When the audiobook is available, I will reach out to you and give you instant access to the audiobook as well, too. How exciting is that? And even more, I'm going to record a video book, okay, of that particular book. I'm even considering doing that to all of my books. So that way you can get an ebook, an audiobook, and a video book of my books. Okay, I don't ask you to really buy anything as far as my books. If you engage with me, you will eventually get my books. Okay, although I do appreciate the purchases, although I greatly appreciate you buying books and joining my websites and everything. So I do have a number of websites here that you can join. Once again, authorteach.com is my author website. I'm teaching, coaching, and training authors on how to be an author. terrythompson.me is my motivation and inspirational website where I got my free books about motivation, inspiration, life help, leadership type stuff. I got another website, bluffplanningmethod.com. That's BLUF, bluffplanningmethod.com. That's where my planning method is at that I've talked about throughout the video. I also have several other websites. Once again, I probably have about 20 websites that I have, and I've got several others that I've built for other clients that I work directly with. Too many for me to name here. But you can really connect with me more at my website, terrythompson.me, bluffplanningmethod.com, and authorteach.com. Those are the 3 that I'm focused on right now. And I have a new website that I'm also focused on, that I'm working on. It's not quite ready. And I'm working on building out the content and the courses, and that's marketingmastermindacademy.com. I'm currently working on that. If you go over there, there's going to be nothing there but a logo. I have the site shut down or locked down at the moment, but I'm working on some videos and some training to where I'm teaching people how to be an entrepreneur. I'm teaching people how to market, how to advertise, how to do copywriting, how to do YouTube videos, how to do Facebook, LinkedIn, all these different things that are within the entrepreneur world. I am teaching people how to do, and that's a website that I'm currently working on. I'm building that out. That'll be available here pretty soon. I want to launch that here within the next week or 2, and that's marketingmastermindacademy.com. More to follow on that one. But I want to give a quick shout out here once again. Thank you for engaging with me today. 40 Entrepreneur Drive says that she got value. I'm going to start that bottom line before I go to bed. I have a general idea of what I'm doing daily, but I want to be more efficient. Okay, that's great to hear. I'm telling you, bottom line up front, if you focus on what your bottom line up front is every single day, you will achieve success. So here's what I'm going to do for you, 40 Entrepreneur Drive. I want to reach out and I want to help you. Okay. I will give you my bottom line upfront planning method absolutely for free. If you head over to my website, terrythompson.me, and then connect with me on social media. Okay, connect with me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you have it, preferably Facebook. If you definitely reach out to me on Facebook, you can friend me. I'll accept your friend request. If you come to my page and you leave me a direct message, I will answer it. I will give you a free copy of my bottom line upfront planning method, and I will get you signed up and joined today. Just let me know. You don't have to worry about it. I will give you free access to that. I will give you my bottom line upfront planning method. It's a one sheet that will help you get focused, and I want to give that to you as a gift for being my most engaged listener today. Thank you very much. Shout out to 40 Entrepreneur Drive for being the most engaged listener in today's episode. You get a free copy of my bottom line upfront planning method. All right, so once again, thank you for watching today. I look forward to engaging with you. I look forward to the next live stream. I look forward to providing purpose, motivation, direction, providing value. And I'll see you in the next video.